Federal Employment Minister Randy Bosnell says he is against any attempt by Alberta government to leave this Canada pension plan. He told CTV on Friday that, "I can tell you that the federal government and I are very clearly committed to working with Albertans to keep them in the Canada pension plan. It's simply wrong to politicize pensions." Alberta's governing United Conservative Party contends that the province workers put more into the Canada pension plan than they get back and that Alberta could make billions if it managed its own pension plan. Canada's chief actuary is now looking into the matter, including calculations in a report commissioned by Alberta that said the province would be owed $334 billion if it leaves the CPP, which is more than half the total amount in the federal fund. Bosnell, who represents Edmonton Centre for the Liberals, says he will be leading the charge against the proposal from Premier Daniel Smith's government if it comes down to a possible referendum in Alberta. Alberta Finance Minister also said, after meeting with Federal Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland and his provincial counterparts on the issue, Horner emphasized that his government is exploring the matter and has not made a final decision. He said, "All we have ever sought is clarity. That is all we have done, and we have thrown it out there to the public to have a conversation about. Is this something Alberta should pursue?" Pushing back against Bosnell's jab, Horner also showed willingness to compromise on his party's staunch opposition to Orva's carbon tax and suggested he would help Albertans take advantage of a recently announced 3-year carbon tax break on home heating oil. Federal Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland on Friday said that if Alberta were to get the Canada pension plan, it would need to launch a complex and multi-year process of negotiating international social security agreements to deal with contributors who work abroad. Freeland listed that effort among other steps she said the Alberta government as well as the federal government would need to take if Premier Daniel Smith decides to withdraw the province from the federal retirement plan and set up its own program. Let's listen to what Chrystia Freeland said.
This conversation is all about the well-being and the financial security of all Canadians. Since the CPP was founded nearly 60 years ago, no province has ever left. This action is unprecedented. It would be very complicated, and it would come at a time of great uncertainty and complexity. Protecting the pensions of every single Canadian is a priority for our government. We will always stand up for the Canada Pension Plan and for the secure and dignified retirement it provides to all Canadians, a point I made clear in today's meeting. This is just the beginning of a national conversation, and I expect to meet with my ministerial counterparts in person in the coming weeks.
Alberta Premier Daniel Smith had planned to hold a possible referendum on leaving the CPP in 2025, but now says she won't go ahead with such a vote until governments or the courts deliver a hard number on how much Alberta will get if it leaves the plan. Outside the provincial legislature in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Premier Blaine Hicks said he understands why Smith is proposing to pull her province out of the Canada pension plan, but he said he did not agree with Smith's approach. Nova Scotia Finance Minister, who chairs the Council of Provincial and Territorial Finance Ministers, told reporters following the meeting that every province expressed how much they care about the Canada pension plan. Ontario's Finance Minister Peter Bethlen-Falvey also put out a statement following the meeting calling unity a strength of the CPP. He said, in a period of economic uncertainty, no Ontarian or Canadian should have to worry about the security of their retirement savings. Unity is the strength of the CPP and it is a strength of our country. But unity requires fairness.
Media.